Well, I'm going to have to derail you guys. Cazadores versus Turtle Police is starting now. We're heading into battle number 1 on Ensk. So, just sorry to break it off, guys, but we have a battle now.
I love how derailing is going back to
This is the preferred conversation, guys.
Let's get back on the rails, as Ensk will be the map. Very excited to see the Cazadores, always an exceptional team. They play so well and so dominantly in these situations, in the qualifier situations, in the relegation situations, and then they always seem to struggle in the regular season. So, you know, we'll see. Will they continue to be that group of guys that is excellent against the teams that are just not quite there, but not up to snuff against the teams that are at the very top, or will Turtle Police have an answer to the Cazadores' usually unorthodox and aggressive playstyle? AMX 5100s, IS-3s, and a T-32 for Lord Commander and the Turtle Police. Kufo's in a T-69, and he's being backed up by 2 IS-3s and 2 AMX 5100s.
And as always, Kufo will be bringing optics on his tank, no matter what it is. Optics all day, day. He's a scout at heart.
He sure is. As we see, looks like Turtle Police setting up to fight in the blocks, whereas Cazadores, in true Cazadores fashion, have taken every tank that they possess. They've put it all in one place, and then it's just a matter of time before they do something crazy with it.
Yep. And it looks like Logos is going to go and lead the way, but where's Cess, his battle buddy for life? He is lagging slightly behind. Cess, catch up. You're just not keeping up with Logos. Logos leading the way. You got to stay together.
This is such a Cazadores play. Even the T1s are with this 7-tank push right down the middle. Turtle Police will spot this in a moment, but I don't even know if they can get back to flag in time.
Yeah, they can. They can do that. Look at them. They're set up in a pretty decent spot. They'll have maybe 10-second window to get the reset. From there, they'll have to spread out. If it's an all-in. If it's an all-in by Cazadores on that cap, which, as you've seen many times before, I don't think actually fast capping the north works. It's kind of hard to do. I think it depends more on Turtle Police to mess up than Cazadores to execute perfectly.
We'll see. Cazadores still very consolidated. Turtle Police has both of their T1s watching their flag, so they don't want to fall to this kind of shenanigan, tomfoolery stuff. There's Parrot 1. We're going to take a look at Memory League, who's also watching the railroad, making sure that nothing sneaks past. Cazadores are taking their time with this. It's not one of those ludicrous, super fast pushes like we saw from Refuse to Die on Abbey. But it is beginning to take shape. Kufo, as always, out in front in that T-69.
He's gotten way ahead. He's 3 grid squares.
The art of the medium scout, something that good scouts like to brag about, and everyone else is just like, what are you talking about?
Actually, I think I'm the only one who brags about medium scouts. I think I'm the only person I ever talked to, which is who loves medium scouts. Yeah, I talk to myself about medium scouts.
Kufo would probably join you in that love of medium scouting, as he is always an incredibly diligent scout. Maybe not the best driver as we see him driving into that building.
That's to stop his momentum, because he wanted to destroy those exact walls.
Oh, okay.
It's very deliberate. As he is a medium scout, he is always thinking ahead about what is most important, especially destroying those exact walls, because who knows, it could work down the line.
Turtle Police knows something's up. We see the entire team repositioning and putting themselves in a spot to contend with a flag cap. Very interesting how they seem to have pieced it all together. Lord Commander has rallied the troops around the flag, and if there is a fight, I gotta say the position of the Turtle Police looks like a good one.
Look at that spotting. Kufo able to spot out Lord Commander, but I don't believe Kufo was spotted out in return.
He was seen.
Oh.
T-32's got phenomenal view range.
Yeah, but does he have optics on there? I'm checking right now. It looks like Lord Commander does not. So I didn't check the distance, but it looked like he was a little far away. So I was wondering if he was within that range. Lord Commander, though, guess he was within about 400 meters. So did spot Kufo. Kufo must not have camo on his T-69 as far as the crew skills, because I don't think he would have been spotted at the range as a medium tank. Heavy tank, of course, horrible camo almost all the time.
Yep. Not hard to spot a T-32 in any capacity.
It's a little bit of a...
Oh, tree goes down. Lord Commander sees it, and he will no doubt be alerting his team to the movement.
Looks like Kufo is also going to wait up because of this and does not break down a wall. He stopped very deliberately, and they're going to move up Sapo Pepe. to, Kufo may destroy the wall here and then back out, or yes, he will back out after destroying the wall. Nasapo Pepe now has great vision. I love this, just understanding.
This bush that we're inside of.
Oh God, sorry, I just camera everywhere. Bush everywhere. Nasapo Pepe is now just underneath this little house here. Looking right across the way.
There's no way to see that tank.
No, he's completely invisible, and Kufo has opened up just
the window.
A nice little window for him. Wonderfully done.
Turtle Police have turned it around. Now they're going to go get aggressive. Cazadores still poised to put some flag pressure on. Lord Commander's still back at home. So 4 Tier 8 tanks from Turtle Police making a push towards the enemy flag. Looks like a Pyro and his buddy Protector of the Realm leading the charge there. There is a single spotter back here for Cazadores. When and where will he light these guys up? It looks like Kufo's also going back. Man, he is always moving. This guy never sits still.
Well, why would you? When you're a medium scout, you've got optics, you should be spotting things, not sitting still. And so he does that.
Kufo is just the linchpin of this Cazadores team. When he is on his game, Cazadores are very hard to beat. When he's not, we've seen them struggle. And he is working hard to make something happen here, looking for
I think they smell it. They know what's coming. They've seen probably destroyed stuff. I see pinging coming out of members of Cazadores. They're expecting this cap pressure, and their Kufo will even move up, getting as far into the train tracks as he can.
There's the spot. Now it's known. The plot has been revealed, and with that, Protector of the Realm, Memory Leak, and a Pyro hopping onto the flag. They're going to try to screen for their T1. Making sure that he is kept safe. Kufo pushing down the tracks. Lord Commander has him all lit up, though, so it's going to be hard for him to make something happen. And what is Cazadores going to do? They're going to bring the whole team back, sending their T1 forward. There will be a fight, and Sapo Pepe loses that fight, so there's not going to be any counter cap. But, oh, here comes the crossfire. Turtle Police getting lit up in a big way. A Pyro dropping to 700 hit points. Protector of the Realm at 1,200, but Memory Leak still untouched. Safely tucked away between these two IS-3s. The Pyro's now going to duck behind Protector of the Realm. This is great team play from these IS-3s. They are going to go down, but Memory Leak's still alive. Still
there goes
Kufo. Those cap points.
So 2 T8s down on one side, and 1 T8 for the other. Jonah is pretty low, and Logos is getting also very, very low. Lord Commander down to 378. Memory Leak still tucked in. 21 seconds left on the cap.
Lord Commander needs to stay alive. Memory Leak is up to 61%, 38 seconds left, still hiding behind these IS-3s. Bubsky, his last Guardian, is going to take some fire from Cess in that IS-3, and here comes Logos, Battle Buddies for life. 25 seconds left. They've got to buy time, but there are 5 Cazadores tanks bearing down on Memory Leak right now. 5, 4, can they kill the T1? Cess does get the shot. Huge plays out of that IS-3 driver, and that's going to shut down the Turtle Police's attempt at a capture. And with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left, there is plenty of time for cleanup. Bubsky's also going to go down. That leaves Yalkara, a seemingly new addition to the Turtle Police, and Parrot 1, or Paratone.
I've always said Parrot 1. Look at the caps on the O. He will be left and it's pretty decisive win right there. Easy defense from the Cazadores. Turtle Police, I don't know why they went for that cap fast without any real advantage. They didn't have a T1 advantage. They didn't have enough map control or vision to really do that. So they attempted to kind of block for a T1, but as we've seen many times before, using tanks as cover is really something you fall back on.
Parrot gonna try to juke Cess. Can he do it? Nope, he can't. IS-3 runs right over that T1 Cunningham, and the Cazadores take map number 1.
Good defense by the Cazadores. Anything else that Turtle Police could have done? Did they have something going for them that I didn't see?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they look for that fast screen cap, as you were talking about, without any advantages. They don't even have a terrain advantage, too. Whereas when they're defending cap, they're poking in and out of the trains, they're poking in and out of buildings. Everything's working out, allowing them to share HP. If you look at the detailed reports, you're going to see that everybody is a little bit peppered on the team of the Cazadores. On the other side, DPM was removed because the tanks were all out in the open.
Yeah, you know, and I got to say, Cess and Logos, they are such a critical pivot point for the Cazadores. If we can just look back at the stat screen real quickly, we'll see that Logos managing to deal 1,900 damage, picked up a kill. The other 4 kills all came from Cess, dealing 1,600 damage in the process. These two guys just doing great work together. Alahim Adabim contributes 1,900 damage, and Jonah puts up 1,300 damage. Kufo, the medium scout in the T-69, provided 724 damage himself, and a lot of important spotting. So great first game there from the Cazadores.
Yeah, wonderfully done. Cess and Logos, just battle buddies for life, right? All day, every day, they're always together, 10 meters apart, no more, no less. Just wonderful to see. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to see battle number 2 between the Cazadores and the Turtle Police. Welcome back. Battle number 2 is going to take place on Prohorovka between Cazadores and Turtle Police. This is battle number 2 of Relegations. Looking at the tank setup, no tanks have been picked yet, but expectations are probably for 1390s.
Yeah, for a proc map that tends to favor mobility, we like to see a lot of 1390 played. You can count on it from Kufo. And what's he going to back it up with? It's hard to say. Cess and Logos will definitely be supporting in some capacity. Kufo's already locked in his 1390, the first guy to pick a tank, which is...
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, not me.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, tough to say how this is going to play out. We've seen a lot of interesting strats out of teams like Cazadores on proc. Looks like there's actually going to be a T-32 brought here in the mix. Logos is in a 1390 as well. Cess in a T-32 along with Jonah. So battle buddies being separated, or is Logos just going to be doing the spotting for his buddy?
I don't know, man. I don't know why. But as we go in, I guess they're not going to be battle buddies for life. They're going to break that sacred bond and maybe travel more than 50 meters apart. I wonder if they're going to be able to deal with that as we go into Prohorovka, battle number 2. Get ready for this.
I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this?
I don't know if anybody's ready for that tank.
Andre, the question is, are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
All right. Well, looking at the lineups, we can see 1390s, a T-69, and 2 T-32s for the Cazadores. On the other side, it's a little bit different. Turtle Police has brought 2 1390s, 2 T-32s, but instead of T-69, they've brought the Waffle.
Oh, yeah. And what's that Waffle mounting but the 150 mil? Beautiful gun. It's so hard. If he is able to tag a single 1390 even once, that 1390 is going to be crippled to dead. It's just between those two.
It's like 800 damage?
It could be all of his health.
Yeah. Well, it's depending on HE or heat, right?
It's HE. HE rolls so much higher. And it hits so hard. But it moves so slow. Those shells move so slow. Derp sniping. It's a skill. Although Cess doesn't appear to be moving, actually, in the T-32. So, bit confused here. Oh, finally begins moving. I guess he must have had to get up bio or something. But he's back as Logos, and Kufo will begin scouting.
Kufo making his rounds, as he so often does. We see Turtle Police making a push kind of up, down, or I should say down, the 2 line on the western half of the map. Duck Boy in that Waffle is absolutely bringing up the rear. This is not the fastest tank in the world, but my God, does it pack a punch. So he's going to get in position. He's going to be very careful about how he navigates this terrain. With 1,100 hit points, he can't take much fire. And with the army he's packing, he can't take much fire.
Yeah. Well, it's really strange how this is actually kind of lining out. Cazadores did predict with the lineup out of Turtle Police that west side motion. It's obvious. You got a Waffle out there. The thing hits hard. You got T-32s, so can hit up that bull. Let's just avoid this position altogether. And so Cazadores have actually gone to the east. They're going to take out Parrot 1 in the T1. Logos taking him out in a 1390, and they're going to pull back. We've actually seen Lord Commander in the 1390 and also a Pyro all the way out in the east. They could be caught out if we don't see a reaction out of Turtle Police. These T-32s that you're seeing right now are way out of position if a fight happens to the north. And so is the Waffle, I believe. He's also to the south.
Yeah, but they're doing a very interesting thing here. They're occupying Cazadores in the village with their 1390s, and they're sending cap pressure up with these heavy tanks. And these heavy tanks, first of all, they're going to make short work of anything that they find over here. Incidentally, it's just going to be a little T1 Cunningham. But when they get in position, my goodness, is it going to be tough to push on them, because they're going to have some good, consistent fire and support from that Waffle. Duck Boy is going to be able to crank out some serious damage. It looks like he's actually trying to get in position to lend assistance over on the village.
He's also going to lend assistance to the south. That's the position he's getting so that he can actually fight in either place. Because as you can see, they're a little bit split up. Those T-32s are not going to be able to join a fight if Cazadores decide to jump on the 1390s. If they were to throw all 5 tanks on those 1390s, cap pressure could start, yes, but the fight would be over so quickly in the north that the remaining Cazadores could very easily come back to the south and stop the cap pressure.
Good spot on Kufo from a Pyro. We're going to go ahead and hop into his vision here. He sees a lot of action. Oh, Kufo does pick up the kill on Yalkara, so both T1s have been taken down.
Al Jazim actually stole that one right from under Kufo's nose.
So BM.
Yep. Although Kufo actually held his shot, so maybe they're
Kufo always a scout, man. Forever a scout.
Why shoot things when I can scout them?
Lord Commander and a Pyro both look like they want to skirmish here with Jonah. And I guess Cess is also going to be there in tow.
But Duckboy is spotted, and he is taking hits. 845 out of 4.
Uh-oh. Kufo's on him.
Oh,
he's taking shots from multiple angles, and he is going to fall off. But he's got just 279 hit points left. And he is kind of exposed out there all by himself. If a 1390 breaks away and goes for him, I do not think he'll be long to this world. We've yet to see one of these waffles really land a big shot. They've been a presence on the battlefield, but not one that actually makes much of a difference, at least thus far.
Yeah, just not being in the right position. Duckboy getting spotted out. He's down so low, and the final shots that landed on him were actually blind. As from my perspective, I still see Duckboy at like 75% hit points from where I am.
Oh, Lord Commander playing a dangerous game up underneath Jonah there. He's trying to get a shot up underneath that T-32. It's much softer in the underbelly. Cess and Jonah could probably pile over this hill. If they did, they'd be exposing themselves to T-32 fire, though.
Duckboy is spotted, and Kufo is coming in hot. He's like 5 seconds out. 4, 3, Kufo get him, because that shot could land. And he misses the first shot. Will Duckboy get the shot? No, he stops. The jukes out of Kufo. He will get him without taking a single hit. Duckboy will put out no damage this round.
Great play there from Cazadores. Also cleaning up the fight in the middle of the map. That means there's 5 Tier 8 tanks alive for the Cazadores, and they are all converging on the location of these T-32s. Protector of the Realm. Looks like he'll be the first to fall. Here comes the Cazadores. Blue lights up the landscape. Down goes Protector of the Realm. Memory Leak takes fire as well. As every gun of the Cazadores comes to bear on his location. 900 hit points remain from Memory Leak. 600 hit points remain from Memory Leak. Even the T1 Cunningham getting in on the action. 625 hit points left as his last couple of hit points are going to get picked away. The red base is under attack. That means nothing.
It will mean nothing because that will be a victory for Cazadores. 2-0 against the Turtle Base.
Cazadores looking to be the better team at this point. Andre, what did you see there on Proc that stood out?
I mean, it was the initiation. Kufo had a great run going over to the north side way, way faster than there was any capping. And that's what I think Turtle Police was trying to do. Put units on cap, and then you have your waffles that's able to put out damage consistently as tanks start to come across. But I think the 1390 location, being right at that center, at the crossroads, that has to be backed up a little bit. Turtle Police still had a good thought, but didn't execute fast enough. And of course, if you give Kufo enough time on an open map, he's going to ravage your team.
Yep. Great play from the Cazadores. I think what we've seen out of them is some incredible consistency in the guys that are making things happen. Once again, Cess puts out nearly 2,000 damage. This time, Jonah lending quite a bit of assistance, 1,900 damage, 2 kills. Logos, the cleanup captain, 3 kills in his AMX 1390, doing some great work. And of course, we saw Kufo making short work of that very scary tank destroyer.
He only actually got 132 damage in spotting, so he actually didn't get all that much spotting damage this time. Very odd. I'm actually going to start looking around. It was actually Logos getting the spotting damage, so he was actually the scout with the damage.
He was battle buddies for Cess, man. He's like, hey, bro, I'm going to light him up. You burn him down.
And then also Jonah was also spotting out a few tanks in his T-32. That T-32 view range coming into play, 400 meters, not wasting that. Very well done by the Cazadores. A very balanced approach to this map, and I feel like that was a reaction. It had to be a reaction.
They played it so clean. Very nicely done.
And that's actually going to do it for battle number 2. Battle number 3 will be on mines, and they will begin picking soon, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, battle number 3 on mines.
Shot as well. I'm not sure where that came from. He's dropped to 168 hit points. 2 minutes left. Almost means there's not really any chance for it to be cleaned up. Duck Boy's actually being pulled back. Looks like he may be just parked somewhere for safety in case there is some kind of all hell breaks loose situation where a lot of tanks die. But with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, it's pretty unlikely that this game will reach any conclusion other than a draw.
Yeah, it's just hard for Cazadores to push the hill. I guess that's what they've decided. They can't push the hill in this position. Oh wow, actually a last-minute push out of Turtle Police. They're going to attempt to salvage this, maybe get a win out of it. They realize the time is short, minute 23, but that's not going to be enough time. They're doing quite a bit of damage onto Jonah, down to 914. Protective Rome goes for another shot, but the rock gets in his way.
There's just no way. I don't even know if there's enough time to kill 5, 6, 7 tanks.
Oh, wow.
Alahim out of beam takes a lot of damage. What is Kufo up to?
Kufo went off and killed Duck Boy. Kufo's in the... somewhere, actually. He's off in the west still. He's going to try and return to this fight. There's 4 on 2 now with a possible flank.
Yalkara's being tucked away in the back of the map. This one's going to end in a draw. There's not really any other possible conclusion. Yes, there are shots ringing out. Yes, there's damage being dealt to both sides, but with 40 seconds left, you know, Turtle Police is winning the firefight, but they're never going to run down Kufo.
No, Kufo's decided also to hang back, and further to the north, Sapo Pepe is on cap, as we can see, but minute 26, not going to beat 30 seconds, of course. And now Protective Realm will go down against Cess, I believe, as Lord Commander and a Pyro are going to split off, start looking for tanks. Cess is going to live, and that's just going to be a draw.
15 seconds left, and the reality is Turtle Police sat on their hands for too long. Lord Commander on the hunt. Kufo is over here, but it doesn't matter, man. Well, actually, he picks up the other tier 1. But there we go. Clock ticks down, and it does become a draw. It means that Turtle Police has one final chance to choose one final map where they must win to keep their tournament hopes alive.
And then go to a shootout that they have no experience in. Very tight situation for the Turtle Police. Anything that stood out in that, guys, I liked how Cazadores went and took control very early, but they were never able to capitalize. But Turtle Police took hill control, but they didn't do anything with it. What could have either of these teams done sooner in this match?
Maybe more emphasis in west control. I think you know, Kufo and the rest of the Cazadores really focus on east as much as possible. Also, with the 5100 already showing itself for a very long time, they know the position of the 5100. You can kind of rotate that tank somewhere else, put more control on another portion of the map. But really, you know, I don't want to focus on the Cazadores so much because they were in a defensive posture the whole time. The real question is, how do you empower those T-32s? And really, I think on mines, T-32s, they're only good for that hill or denying hill control. After that, we haven't seen a lot of uses from them. So I will say overall, not only their openings, but also their tank lineups made it very difficult with 4 T-32s on the map to do anything at all.
T-32s not being as effective. We're going to have to head into a short break as we go into battle number 4, which will be on Himmelsdorf. We'll be back. Welcome back. We're going into battle number 4 of Cazadores versus the Turtle Police on Himmelsdorf. I am Randall Ruka Holcomb. This is Ben, Mr. Bitternuckle.
That's right.
Joined with Andre Gritar Pengchuan. Just reminding you who we are, guys. I saw some people in chat were not familiar with who you were, Ben. I thought I might reintroduce you. Some people don't get to see you all the time here.
Well, that's okay. I like to. I'm a behind-the-scenes guy.
You do a good job behind the scenes.
That's a lie.
What?
For those of you guys that don't know, Mr. Bitter has
No.
always been in the limelight.
No.
This guy, from
Stop
the
it.
very beginning,
Stop
started his own show, became a StarCraft 2 caster, probably the best StarCraft 2 pair for a very long time. Now, not so much because Mr. Bitter is getting old. But
Losing my hair.
and that's why he
Can't be
knows
on
he's
camera
getting
anymore.
old.
His face is not for the TV; it's for the radio.
Yeah. You know you're getting old. That's why you're like, oh, I'm gonna cycle out of the camera. Not gonna be on there so much.
People just don't like looking at this. You know, it's hard to stomach. You know, I can accept that. We've got younger, more handsome
I know.
guys.
Look at this Rookhill guy.
Look at he's suave, debonair.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I'm getting old, Ben. I've gone through massive changes, and I'm getting old.
Well, you know, we can start a club. We can call it the Old Boys Club.
Yep.
Talk about being old.
Yep.
And then complain about us new guys, right?
Yeah.
I know how
Sounds
it
about
is.
right.
Yeah.
Kids these days, when I was a caster,
I knew about VHS jokes.
when I was a caster, we joked about Atari games.
All right.
All right. We're heading into battle number 4, guys, on Himmelsdorf. So let's just take a look at these tanks. Battle number 4, Cazadores versus Turtle Police.
We are on Himmelsdorf, and we're seeing pretty standard stuff, kinda. There's one twist, though. We've got AMX 5100s and IS-3s on the side of the Cazadores. AMX 5100 and IS-3s at T-32 on the side of Turtle Police, but that's not all we have.
That is a VK4502A. We haven't seen that since... That is pre-WGLNA, guys. That is by months pre-WGLNA. You saw that in Europe. We didn't see that in America so much. Only really Europe. Europeans used to play that, and everyone else just laughed at them for it because we thought it was a silly tank to bring.
Tell me why it's a silly tank to bring.
It's actually not that silly a tank to bring, but we thought it was.
It also has a salamander face.
Yes, there's another salamander face. I guess German tanks and French tanks have that for you.
It's a short, stocky little tank with a nice slanted front. Looks a little bit like a jumbo Sherman from the front.
It does have a very nice little slope. I guess it's effective about 120 mil. Yeah, maybe 120 millimeters effective armor. It moves pretty well. The gun is just like the Tiger II's, and it's very accurate, hits hard, great DPM. It's just, it doesn't bring the armor. It does bring the armor the IS-3 could bring, and the DPM's fine. It's just, it's not especially great at anything. You see, it's keeping up with IS-3s. It's not outpacing.
No shots fired. Cess does not take any damage, though, as the Turtle Police have decided to be aggressive on Himmelsdorf, knowing that it's now do or die. Already pushing at the 850 mark, and Cess has been completely isolated. Where's his battle buddy? Down goes Cess.
They're all consistent fire, so you gotta wait for that lull in the shots. No autoloaders here. There he goes.
Parrot 1's also going to take some fire. There's the rest of the Cazadores, and Parrot 1 is in a terrible position. That shade, down goes the VK, so evens it up a bit. Sapo Pepe did die in that exchange. That's the T1, as Pyro's also going to take quite a bit of damage there, dipping down to 400 hit points. Protector of the Realm backing up his battle buddy. But, Kufo, what are you doing, Kufo?
He's just going YOLO swag, watermelon something, endo strat here.
What?
He's just going straight at 3 consistent fire tanks, and he might be able to finish off a Pyro, but I don't think he was accounting for Lord Commander. Although here comes Logos, Al Jazim Arabin, and Jonah too.
Oh, here comes all of the Cazadores. They're going to split Lord Commander from a Pyro. Kufo's going to take some damage, but begin to unload. Oh, that was a missed shot, and Lord Commander should be able to take it. Oh no, 3 hit points remain on Kufo. He does finally go down. Lord Commander isolated and alone. He's going to get picked off. Protector of the Realm giving chase to Logos is going to lock him in place, and Memory Leak should be able to provide some nice support fire. Logos looks like he's also going to fall. He does go down. And that means that Alahim Arabin is the last standing Cazadore. He's in the AMX 5100, and he's just going to run right through everybody.
He's reloading. He's just going to go for, I guess, a T1 Ram to try and hope to salvage this.
Save the cap, but I don't even know if that's feasible. Turtle Police, they finally decide to attack after 4 games of nothingness. And it works out pretty well for him. The T1 Ram is actually going to happen.
Amazing.
Bubsky gets smacked down. But that's going to do it for the Cazadores here on Himmelsdorf. That means that the score is now 1-2 with the Cazadores leading. Turtle Police has to win again. They want to force the shootout.
I really am worried about this. For Turtle Police doing a good job of coming back, but they're going to take it to a shootout. Although, what a way to do it. Aggressive, right down the banana, right at the beginning.
Yep. Found Cess out there all by himself. Cess, who's been phenomenal in this series, put out 300 damage in that game. Just shut him down. One of Cazadores' linchpin players was just removed from the game. Protector of the Realm with just a hugely dominant performance. 8 for 8, 2,600 damage, and a very important kill there. So very well done there from the Turtle Police.
Yeah, and a reaction out of Cazadores. Was it appropriate? It looked like they were about to get it when Kufo went in. Almost, I was saying YOLO swag, whatever. Was that too aggressive? Because you saw 3 tanks come up an entirely different line. Maybe a distraction out of Kufo. Bring up 3 tanks. Didn't win in that brawl, though.
I liked the split, but the brawl was ultimately a loss, and I think quite a bit of it did have to do with missed shots from Kufo. What did you see, Andre?
Well, it comes down to Cess dying. It's 4v5, and you're up against mainly autoloaders, and you don't have autoloaders. So if you're getting the initiation, you're just single fire tanks. It's a lot easier to just transition out of that particular scenario, because they are still shooting and using up a lot of their shells on that VK and on other tanks. They're not getting the best shots. As soon as your autoloaders clip, goodbye, you're dead. And that's why we saw such a dramatic ending with the 5100 not being able to do anything. Really, a lot of tanks not being able to do anything for the Cazadores. It's because of those single fire tanks.
If we can look at the battle results one more time, I just want to point something out here. Yeah, Sets died. He put out 384 damage. That's the same that Parrot 1 put out in that VK. Pyro also went down 746 damage to the 900 of Kufo. Memory Leak 1500 damage to the 1400 of Jonas. Lord Commander 1700 to the 1400 of Logos. The real separation here comes from Protector of the Realm, who just outplayed all the rest. 2600 damage to the 1500 of Alahim Adabin. So I think another thing that we have to acknowledge here is that it was very close until one guy rose above it. So great play, and hats off to Protector of the Realm for keeping Turtle Police alive in this series.
I went and looked, and when you said that, Protector of the Realm, he actually took 1,500 damage potential. So he should have been dead by all rights if every shot had actually penned like it should have. But because it's an IS-3, that spaced armor so trolly, you get those crazy bounces all the time. On top of that, dealing damage, also absorbing enough health to pay for his tank. Very well done by Lord Commander. Next, we're going to have to see if he can keep that up, though, as we're going to go to Abby next. Cazadores, I would have expected to see it sooner. Abby, one of their choice map for Cazadores. We'll have to see how they play that after the short commercial break. Welcome back. We're in the middle of a series, Cazadores and Turtle Police. One more battle. If Turtle Police win, we go to a shootout. If Cazadores win, it's all over, and congratulations, Cazadores will be in WGLNA Season 3.
W-A-G-N-L.
Acronyms are hard.
Thanks.
Acronyms are hard.
It is tough. It can be a little tongue-tied.
We could have constructed an easier to say acronym.
WGLNA, Wargaming.net League North America. Welcome back to the show about tanks in the WGL North America NA WGL.
Welcome to Abby.
Let's look at some tanks. Abby's a map like mine's, where the Cazadores are kind of known for craziness. They bring in 5100, a 5100, Jonah 2 in that 5100. Cess and Alahim Adabim and T69s, Logos and Kufo in 1390s. It looks like Logos has been reassigned, I guess. He's been in a 1390 more often than not. Memory Leak and, well, I guess just Memory Leak is in the AMX 5100. A couple of T69s and a couple of 1390s rounding it out for the Turtle Police. Also, something to note, remember that Lord Commander was kind of known for his play in the Wall Tractor. He has not been in a T1 at all this series.
I guess they're just switching it up, deciding he needs to be in a Tier 8. He is, as far as I know, the actual battle caller. And when you have a battle caller in a T1, a lot of times he can be out of position for a fight. So him making the calls can be difficult. Just like me saying words can be difficult.
Shots already going out. Kufo against the Parrot 1 Lord Commander, or excuse me, Protector of the Realm already taking a little bit of damage, as there are 3 Tier 8 tanks over here on the east side. They're doing blind fire right now. I'm not sure if any damage is being done, though.
Protector of the Realm took a ton of damage without seeing anything. He's down to 800 hit points, so that's a big deal.
Yeah. And it's actually very odd that we've actually seen both teams meeting on the east. Cazadores always play the east, but Turtle Police, I wouldn't have known what to call.
Logos, what are you doing? He's jumped into a really odd position here. He's running right up on a Pyro, and he's going to continue to move around. Lord Commander's also going to take a little bit of damage. He dips down to about 900 hit points. He's in a 1v2 right now, and Kufo, thirsty for blood, is going to push on him, it looks like.
But he's going to take a hit down to 599, and he'll have to stop short. He's trying to just get to a place where he's not going to take fire from the north. Parrot 1 is spotted, and shots may go out on him, but it looks like Cazadores are more focused on the closer prey. Lord Commander and a Pyro. Shots fired, but Kufo will go down 159. There he goes.
Yeah, but he did manage to empty the rest of his clip. The Pyro goes down as well, so 1 for 1. Goes that trade, and then I feel like Lord Commander is also going to go down. It's going to be a 2 for 1 as Lord Commander is either bouncing shots or missing shots. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Al-Jazim hits a carcass, and that will be crucial as Lord Commander will continue to shoot, and there goes T-69.
Look at the driving from Lord Commander, really staying alive for a long time. He does eventually go down, but that means this guy takes more damage than he should have. 500 hit points remain on that T-69. Jonah 2 and Alahim Adabim going to go ahead and try to push on Protector of the Realm and Parrot 1. And what will the result of that fight be? It's a hit point advantage to these T-69s.
But it looks like Logo's coming in hot. Will join the fight. He should have a full clip. Yes, he's just going to keep going non-stop. Parrot 1, Protect the Realm, should be reloaded. So I don't know if this is going to be a very good fight. Logo's down to 89. One more and he will go down, just completely annihilated. Jonah 2 is reloaded.
Cazadores are so YOLO right now. They're just driving into fire. And I can't really tell if it's working out or not. Parrot 1 is going to bail out. He's got 84 hit points left. Can he get a shot off? Is anything going to happen?
Jonah's got a shot. He's just got to get the depression. Yes.
There we go.
Now he's got it back.
So the dust settles. We've got 2 tier 8s alive in Alahim Adabim and Jonah 2. 600 hit points and 400 hit points. That's 1,000 hit points remaining on tier 8s for the Cazadores. Memory Leak's taking fire, but he's got health to spare. But the clip for Alahim Adabim does come up, and down goes Memory Leak, taking the risk that they might be reloading. And it turns out, no, the clipping was done. Cazadores, I think they have done it. Yalkara, the last man standing, is moving towards the opposing flag, but so too is Sapo Pepe. Yalkara has been spotted. His engine has been knocked out. He's coasting backwards down the hill.
Oh, it's good to go now. Forward, T1. Or back. Back's good too.
Oh, Sapo Pepe lit up, goes down, but I'm afraid the writing is on the wall for this one, as the Cazadores have 2 tanks.
Al-Jazim is coming back for that T1, whereas 5100 Jonah is going to play it safe. 5 minutes left on the map, but let's just cap it out. That's how he's going to play it.
Poor Yalkara, not long to this world. His little sad face looks so surprised with his spider nose.
Still making that kissy face, that duck face.
He has been spotted. Can he deal 322 damage to Alahim Adabin?
He fires into the air.
No, T-69 eats him. And that does it. The Turtle Police go down. A well-fought and hard-won victory for the Cazadores, who will once again be returning to the WGL North America.
Thoughts on that series, guys? What do you think of the Cazadores right now? What do you think of Turtle Police?
They look, I think actually both teams look pretty inconsistent. I'm going to say that. Even the Cazadores, we know them to be a lot better than what we've even seen here. There was a lot of chaos, especially in this last one. But in this match in particular, we have to look at the 5100s. If you were watching the 5100 from Turtle Police, it was out of the battle every single time. But the 5100 for Cazadores, always alive, always in the face of their opponents. Jonah 2 played a great game overall. He is the reason why, in my opinion, the Cazadores won this game. I
think he was super clutch. I want to talk about a guy that I usually praise as being super clutch. That's Kufo. I've got his stats up right now. In that AMX 1390, Kufo's playing a very important role. He's got to see things. He's got to kill things. Fired 7 times and only managed to sink 2 of those shots, which is a pretty far cry from what we expect from Kufo. He's long been considered the man, but
I have to point out, remember those blind shots at the beginning of the battle. So many blind shots being put out, and I feel like that hurts the average the accuracy out of these guys. They're shooting at a tank they can't see at 400, 500 meters and trying to hit. So I'd say maybe 5 of those shells were actually blind fires. He didn't get off his second clip because you saw how chaotic that fight was on the 8 road. It was just a chaotic fight in a little tunnel. 1390s trying to score off against T69s, just not very good. And Kufo does poke out, but then he gets immediately evaporated. Yeah. Just really unfortunate for him this time.
But Cazadores still played great. They did hold the line, and they did win the day. And they will be joining us for Season 3 of the WGL North America. So our favorite Latin American players. Maybe I can't say that anymore because we're going to have, or we have had, multiple Latin American teams represented. And Game Over once again will be doing it. So, guys, we're going to take one more short break. When we get back, we're going to wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere. You're still watching the WGLNA, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're heading into battle. Actually, wait.
What?
We're done. We're going to be done tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I was just expecting... I'm so used to 5 battles a night.
Just on cruise control. Just, welcome back. It's time to get into our next game. It's going to be the...
It's going to be no one, because...
Time to say goodbye.
So long, farewell.
Yeah. Normally we would do an interview with the winner. The Cazadores is a Spanish-speaking team, and unfortunately our translator, Clutch, is not in the building. I can't call him our translator. Our anchor, Clutch, is actually taking some time off this week, enjoying some
traveling
time away from the office, traveling the world, seeing the sights, and being an esports spreader, an esports missionary, spreading the esports gospel. So he's out there in the world doing good, which means he's not in here interviewing Kufo. So apologies to Kufo and the Cazadores. I promise, guys, we'll get some words from them when Clutch returns and we've had a chance to speak with him.
So with that done, I guess we should recap the day. Just going through the matches, guys. We saw Penguin Mafia was our first match. That went 3-1 with 1 draw against Game Over. Game Over taking it. That will see Penguin Mafia to the qualifier number 1. They will be seeded in automatically, as is every other team that lost today. We will see them later on this week in the qualifiers. Number 2, No Limit, 3-1 against Vorbildline. Vorbildline put up a good fight. What do you guys think? Anything stand out about Warplanes? Do you think they have a chance in a qualifier?
I think that it's going to be exciting to see more games from those guys. Of course, Refuse to Die did qualify. They'll be rejoining us in Season 3 of the WGL North America, and so too did the Cazadores. So great games. Congratulations to all of our winners. We can't wait to see you guys in January when we will continue with the next season. That said, there's more World of Tanks happening this week. Qualifiers start tomorrow. There's going to be 4 days straight of qualifier play, if I'm not mistaken.
All the way to Sunday.
Then we're going to take a couple days off, and we're going to do it again the following week. 2 teams will qualify, filling out the 15th and 16th seeds in Season 3 of the Wargaming.net League North America. Been a lot of fun tonight, guys. I want to give a final shout-out to the Twitters. Thank you so much for sending us your tweets. We haven't had a chance to look at the question of the universe, but we'll open the show with it tomorrow night. Remember, if the universe is constantly expanding and energy cannot be created, will we eventually be so spread out that energy is useless?
Maybe to us.
Well, that's the question. So send us your thoughts at WGLNA. It doesn't have a whole lot to do with tanks, but it was a question that I read online that I was perplexed by. Thank you to our sponsors, Azo. You can catch them online. You can't catch them online. You can buy them online at Amazon.com. Kingston HyperX, Alienware, and of course, Razer Peripherals have now hopped on the Wargaming tank train, which is pretty cool. So big shout out and thank you to Razer and those guys for their support and all the good things that they do.
Yep. Final words from you guys on tonight. I thought we had some fantastic matches, some solid teams making their way back into the WGLNA. I welcome them back. Great job tonight. And we're going to see some teams later on this week. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be on at the same time every night. It's going to be a long night tomorrow and the next day. But we'll be here, so you should too. You guys have anything? Andre?
No, thanks, guys, for tuning in as always, and I look forward to seeing the last 2 teams that are going to be qualifying to WGLNA Season 3. I think the skill level of these teams has grown unimaginably since Season 1, and I'm always really excited for this.
All right. And with that, guys, I got to say good night. Thank you guys for bearing with my first time trying to host. Thank you, Ben and Andre. I know it's been interesting. So thank you all, and Goodbye and good
Randall
night.
appreciates it. He extends his gratitude.
Okay,
It's been a blast, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's been a
We're
blast.
done.
Have fun. Thank you for watching the WGLNA.
And thank you for watching Randall.
And then we appreciate the games.
Thanks to the teams and thanks to the players.
That's true.
Thanks to the ISPs. Thanks
But
to,
Randall, do you have any last words for?
Thanks, guys.
You should probably thank the crew.
Oh yeah, thanks to the crew for some things.
Yeah. So that's it from the WGLNA Man, that's such a hard acronym.
Thanks for saying the acronym wrong.
Wait, it's the WGLNA.
Yeah,
I said it right.
that was right.
What did I say before?
WGNLA.
No, I said WGLNA.
You
WGLNA.
said N before L.
I don't think I did.
I think you did.
That's a hard acronym,
Well, anyway,
right?
guys,
Are acronyms hard?
thanks for watching. Thank you for thanking you.